The amount of tricks that black has in this specific position against us as white is unlimited. Literally impossible that anyone on planet Earth can actually solve this. And if you can solve this, wow. Just wow. Okay. So now it's white to move and win. Pause the video and try to find the move on your own. The most logical move is obviously to push pawns because this pawn is super close to promoting, so we have to do something. We push this pawn. Now black here can do many things. Can go back with the knight to stop the pawn, can promote his own pawn. If black promotes, we promote. King moves away. And now the goal here, we don't want to get checkmated, right? So this diagonal is super duper weak. This pawn is the problem. So we play a move like queen to e7 check. Black moves whatever, we don't care. We capture this pawn, and now after any check, we can block. And our position and our king, most importantly, is very, very secured. We can push this pawn. We also have these two pawns that are ready to push. We're completely winning this position. All right. So they don't promote. They go back with the knight, stopping us from promoting. Now, what do we want here as white? We want to promote, but the knight is stopping us. So what do? We attack the piece that is stopping us. Now here, black can, for example, promote to a queen. And what do we want? We want the queen. We can't do that. There's the knight. So we capture the knight. What if black stayed here? We can play king f8 or king h8. Then we can promote to a queen. We're completely winning this game, right? Because here, we figured out a way to trade the pieces off the board. Sorry, trade the queens off the board. Or, simply win with checkmate. Okay. What if black takes the pawn? Then we can still promote because there is no check here. And if black played queen to g7 check, remember, we cannot block. Check, here we're getting checkmated. Therefore, we have to play f6. If they take us with a check, we take, he takes back, and we win this pawn. Sorry, we win the pawn, we try to promote our pawn and win the game. So d7, knight f7, e6, they promote, we take, but they don't take. They don't go to f8 or to h8. What if they went to g7? Then we promote to a queen, forcing black either to take us, and we promote to a queen and we're still winning, or to move away and we'll be having two queens on the board. But what if black did not take, did not go here, did not go here, did not go here, and went king to h7? Now some of you might say, okay, which one we would be promoting? Promoting to a queen here or promoting to a queen here? Which one is best? Some of you might say, well, let's see what if we promote queen here, what is going to happen? Well, you lose, because queen to d4 check, we have to block, and that is checkmate. That's not good. What if we don't promote here, but we promote to a queen here? There is no check, because we are covering that square. But what if they play queen to g7 check? We cannot block, remember that, so we play f6. Some of you might say we're completely winning this game. We just force the queens off the board, and we're completely winning. No, black has a trick. I told you, black has many, many tricks in this position. Queen takes f6 with a check. We take, the queen and the pawn are stalemating the king. That is insane. So that doesn't work. King to h7, we cannot promote to a queen, we cannot promote to a queen. The only way to win this is to play this, promoting to a knight with a check. Here black can do many things, can go here, 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 here. Which one is best? Now the best move for black is to go to g8, but let's show you what's going to happen if they go other places. Let's say, for example, king h6. Here we can safely promote. There is no check, and if there is a check right here, we can just block and attack the queen. Right, what about this move? The same thing. Black has no checks here. What about this move? We still promote. After this check, we can still block. But what if black plays king g8? King g8. If you promote it to a queen, another trick you will be faced with. There is no queen d4 check, but there is queen g7 check. Of course, we don't want to lose. We play f6. Do you know what black does in this position? You guessed it, stacking the queen again. We cannot take the queen and the knight or stalemating the enemy king. Okay, so if they went back, we cannot promote it to a queen. What do? Well, the queen here has two threats. Check on d4, check on g7. Do we have a way to stop both of these two checks? Yes, it is knight to e6, stopping this check and this check. So the queen cannot do much. Now, what can black do here? Black can also play some tricks. For example, black can play this move king to f7. Some of you might say, finally, we can promote to a queen. No, you can't. There is no queen to d4 check. There is no queen to g7 check. But do you know what other checks we have? Sorry for what black has. Queen takes b1. If we take it, which is forced, this is still a stalemate. That is insane, the amount of tricks that black has here. So we cannot promote to a queen. We can promote to a knight as well, because then we're losing, right? We promote after king to f7 to a rook. Yes, to a rook. How is this winning? It is winning, but we have a major advantage. The goal is to remove this pawn off the board. Push this pawn and win the game. That's it. Now here, black can try some tricks. Black can do something like queen to c1. What is the goal of queen to c1? They want this. They want queen b2 checkmate. And because of this pawn that we have to remove it, therefore we have to play something like rook d2. We have to protect the b2 square. After we do that, black really doesn't have any more checks. Black can play something like this, trying to go after the pawn. We defend our own pawn. And the goal here is to basically just play something like rook d3, or wait for the queen to move so that we can win this pawn. And after that, we just go back. We just put ourselves like in a turtle. All our pieces just covering the king and protecting the king, and then we just focus on pushing this pawn and promoting. This is super easy to win, but we're forcing black to do something bad. For example, let's say they play king to e5. Then we just play knight to b5. What is the goal? This knight is protecting the rook. There is no checks. There will be no checks. If they capture this pawn, we play knight takes a3. The knights are protecting each other. The knight is protecting the rook. So now a move like rook b2, knight moves somewhere. For example, like here and here, the knights are defending each other. The pawn would push and push, make a queen, and win. That's an insane puzzle. If you enjoy watching these videos and you want more, consider subscribing, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching.